Hello everyone and welcome to another timeless video. So today we're going to be taking a look at mono black scam deck in timeless format, featuring 4 copies of Sorin of House Markov. And because we're playing Sorin of House Markov, there's going to be a lot of cards that gain life, such as March of the Wretched Sorrow, and we also have a copy of a Consuming Corruption as well, which is also a new card from Modern Horizon 3. And we also play a copy of a Mihawk Massacre, and there's also 2 more copies of Mihawk Massacre in the sideboard, just because there's a lot of Boros energy at the moment. And it has a pretty good synergy with Sorin as well, because as you kill your opponent's creatures, you also gain life, and because Sorin has 4 toughness, it has a pretty good synergy versus the meta at the moment, because even if you go -3 to kill something like Fury from opponent's side, Sorin's still gonna be alive. So that's another neat perk with the Mihawk Massacre and Sorin. And lastly, we are playing 3 copies of Sheoldred the Apocalypse, since if you gain life on your upkeep, then all you need to do is play 1 card to extort with the Sorin, and Sorin will flip post-combat. And since we are playing Sheoldred the Apocalypse, we can't actually play something like Necropotence in the deck, since Necropotence doesn't let you draw a card, so it has anti-synergy with the Sheoldred. Same with Necrodominance, right? Although Necrodominance draws you a card at the end step, so you can gain some life back with the Sheoldred, but even then it has an anti-synergy here, because now Necrodominance doesn't let you draw a card, which means Sorin can't actually extort to transform that turn. Plus, the Necrodominance draw happens at the end step when Sorin requires you to gain life before post-combat. So that's why we don't see a Necropotence or Necrodominance in the deck, and instead we have 4 copies of One Ring that you can also ramp into from Dark Ritual. And lastly, I'm sure you guys all know what Grief does. What's really nice is with Modern Horizon 3, we got some more MDFC lands, such as the Fel the Profane or Bogart Trawler, and because this deck is also a reanimate deck, so having 4 copies of Troll of Khazad-dûm, which are basically replacing the land slot, so Grief is going to have more targets in the deck, which makes it way more flexible with Modern Horizon 3, especially if you're playing a deck like this where we only care about 1 color. So that is a perk you have if you're going mono black. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Timeless Special 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. If this was a untapped land, we could be scamming on turn 1, but that is not the case. Bit unfortunate. I think I will be griefing anyways, now that we've drawn another Sorin. Static Prison. A Johnny and Static Prison. I currently don't have a removal spell. I think we take the Ajani, and then we probably take the Prison. And hope they kind of whiff on the Amped Raptor, giving them like a static Galvanic Discharge. Oh, that's kind of good. What does it let me do? So I troll, cycle for a land, play the land. I have 3 mana, then we can Thoughtseize Reanimate, or Thoughtseize Sorin, or Reanimate Sorin. Okay, I'll keep that. Probably Thoughtseize Reanimate, since they're gonna be playing the Raptor next turn, right? At least that's what I would do. There's a Raptor. Hopefully they whiff. Destroy target land. Wow, that could have been bad. Swamp. I could just reanimate. And then save for Sheoldred. Kind of a tough one here. Reanimate means that I take away the Static Prison, but I also need to take away the Galvanic Discharge. I guess I can let them use the Galvanic Discharge on the Grief. Short. Or maybe I take the Galvanic Discharge because Static Prison is sorcery speed. Yeah, let's actually take that away. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted to see, actually. We got another Reanimate, which is interesting. We're gonna go with Shaldra here. Perhaps they're gonna Surveil. Or maybe draw a card. At least we know for sure that they don't have a Galvanic Discharge. So this deck is playing Flodge, right? And perhaps a Fury. Another Amped Raptor. They get a Ragavan. Sure. Dark Ritual. Sorin.
I tire of adults
I gained 2 life, and then I Thoughtseize. Actually, let's just reanimate. And a Johnny. So we have blockers for Sorin.
Teamwork triumphs.
We don't even need to attack.
Fangs? Claws?
Let's just plus, so it's hard to kill.
A meal worthy of my hunger.
Palach. They get rid of an Ajani. That is a pretty scary card, though. This is something I didn't expect, because now they're gonna take a lot of damage.
Testicle behavior.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 3, 5. So they're taking 14 damage, right? So Fatal Potion, Leyline of the Void? Leyline of the Void? Mihawk Massacre's in. Leyline of the Void. I'm not sure if that's actually that impactful. So this is the matchup where you just take out the Thoughtseize and just be done with it. Wow. They didn't want any of that. I mean, I will say this is probably a good matchup. Ooh. I wonder. I think this is a mulligan. Yeah, it's just too much. I don't know. Also, look at this. Getting rid of a land with grief. That is just too sick. Okay, goodbye grief. Actually, they might take Thoughtseize. I think it makes sense to take the Thoughtseize. Seems like they also have a grief. They do not. We don't care about the Fury. We do kind of care about the Thoughtseize though. And a Deathrise Shaman. Deathrise Shaman. Troll is actually also an interesting card to take. Huh. I think I'm actually going to take the Troll. Oh my god, so lucky. My opponent is so lucky that they draw land there. Insane. And it was a fetch land. It was a fetch land as well. I mean, I already have a surveil land. Maybe I'll draw into a land after the Sheoldred. We'll see. Maybe that's a bit of a greed. You're kidding me. Opponent? Lucky. An absolute luck sack. You drew a 3-mana card. You're telling me you drew a 3-mana card. I just... Oh my god. This is actually insane. You cannot be serious. This actually might just be a... Jund. I thought it was gonna be Rakdos, but it looks kind of like a Jund. Do you see this? What are these top decks? What? This is actually insane. This is absurd. I don't know what to say. Yeah, this is insane. These top decks are unreal. I mean, I think I lost because of that. Like, normally, Fury is so bad versus Sheoldred. I have to kill this in case I draw, like, a Reanimate. That's, like, the only way I can win here from this position. I mean, Okay. Maybe the Ragavan was helpful. Ooh. Like I said. That was like the only way I could win. I do think it's Sheoldred. Oh, is it Fury or Sheoldred? I think it has to be a Fury. 2, 3, 4. What is this? This is actually insane. My opponent just stacked the deck. What is this? I don't know. My opponent actually stacked the deck. Like, there's nothing I can do. Wow, like, I'm kind of speechless. Like, what was that? What? I mean, I don't think I sideboard. Yeah, I don't think we sideboard here. That was insane. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. It's something else. Ragavan? Sure. Well, at least we got the one ring down. That's good. A grief? I'll take a grief. Consuming Corruption. This is why we don't play that many Consuming Corruption, because we play like lands like these. Yeah, I guess a Surveil land is a swamp as well. Opponent. You're forgetting about the vital text here, the One Ring. Zelda Profane. Okay. Okay. I think I'm just going to grief here. I should have played the Phyrexian Tower. That's a mistake. I'm not used to playing with grief, so yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad. The only thing I thought about was oh, they have a Deathray Shaman. I should probably use consuming put the consuming corruption to at least 2. But bit of a hasty judgment. Okay. Dark Ritual. Into a Reanimate. I should still play the Swamp because of the Consuming Corruption. Probably kill that. Wish we drew into a Sorin or something. And I should probably just grief them. And pass. You attack. Block. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think we won here. We can also gain some life with the March here as well. That game 1 should have been ours too. Oh my god. How do we lose that first game? Those top decks were so absurd. I don't know. I don't know. Like that was insane. So they're playing Ragavan. I think I should play Fatal Push. I think going down on Troll is a bit greedy, but I think we should. Maybe going second, we don't need like 4 Thought Seizes. Okay. We pass. Put the Fatal Push up because opponent plays Ragavan. I don't want to get Ragavanned. Unlicensed Hearse. Okay. Let's kill this Deathray Shaman. I'm gonna go with the One Ring first, I think. Seems like it's been kind of getting the job done, honestly. That hearse is a problem. That hearse is a problem. Interesting. They shocked. So they must have like another removal spell on top of it. Reanimate? Okay. Well, the reanimate's kind of dead. Reanimate's kind of dead. Okay, it's a troll. I see. I'm kind of ups. It kind of sucks that we actually didn't get any briefs. We drew so many cards. They went for reanimate there. That's not good. Thoughtseize is good. Another Orcish Bowmaster. Honestly, that's not good for me. I didn't want to see another Orcish Bowmaster. So we take 8 damage. Okay, wait, well, we can kill the troll with the March, which is good. Nice pickup. So next turn, we kill the troll, plus we march. Kill the troll. Take 8 damage there. Play the Sheoldred. Draw 4 cards. Consuming corruption is very good. Dark Ritual essentially gives me 3 mana. Play the Dark Ritual. We don't need reanimates anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. go back up to 18. Man. And we also have a Consuming Corruption. Gonna be able to gain some life there as well. Thoughtseize? I think they're dead. Or are they just not dead? Look. Heal 2. Play the Sorin.
This isn't even the good silverware.
Don't surrender. No! My Sorin was gonna deal so much damage. I wish it actually said how much life we gained this turn, though. Well, well, well. What a hand. What a hand. Wow, Sorin as well. Okay, I shouldn't have cracked this first. I'm so bad at this game. Omniscience. Omniscience. Okay. I think we get rid of an Omniscience plus Assemble. Why didn't they just brainstorm here? The thing is, it's not even over. Unless I keep getting griefs, might be a bit hard, honestly. So we'll see. Like, unless we get like a shield right here, maybe? Or maybe another grief. Ooh. Okay. That's a clock. That is a clock. So they essentially can't use Brainstorm anymore. We just discarded Omniscience as well. Nice. So Disruptor Flutes in. Beta Swarms in. Fatal Pushes out. Consuming Corruption out. Meat Hook Massacre out. Vexing Baubles in. And I'm kind of hesitant to get the Marches out as well. I think this should be enough, right? What do we take out? Maybe Marches. We can just cut the March. The Demonic Tutor is going to basically get these things. And maybe cut one ring, since value doesn't really exist in this matchup. They're probably gonna bring in some Leyline. Okay, we got Disruptor Flute. There it is. So the best card to draw right now is probably just like... Wow, they discarded the Mastermind's Acquisition? Kinda crazy. No way. No way. Wait, they went with Aatroxa. I don't What? I'm playing black. What if it just dies? That's crazy. Yeah, that's actually crazy. Another disruptor flute. That's not what we want right now. I think we just gotta keep drawing. Other thoughts, he's not gonna do it. I mean, I guess we just drop a disruptor flute. Show and tell. Get the grief in there. We need to find the Sheldred. Or feed the swarm. Actually, that's actually a neat trick I could do. I could have done. I could grief into Phyrexian Tower. And then I could ramp into a 4 mana here. Which is something I could have done, but I wasn't aware at the time. Okay, so we did get Feed the Swarm, but we're about to lose a lot of life if we do that. And that's going to kill me. Okay, so... hold full control. Grief you. Play the One Ring. And pass. So we're alive. We're alive. Jeez. If I can draw one land. One land. Begging you? One land? Man, we still don't have a Sheldred too, which kind of sucks. Where are they at? Nice. Okay. Kill the Aatroxa. Take 7 damage. Play Sorin. We're in it.
This famine cannot
We're
end
in it to win it.
enough.
Oh man, the suspense is killing me. Okay. This is a good sign. We just need to get life. Oh my god, stop giving me these cards. I can't believe how dead my hand is. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Attack. Dig through time. Sure. How dead is my hand? Somebody please tell. I can't cast anything. I can't cast anything. Should I just cast this Vexing Bauble? I feel like if I cast this Vexing Bauble... The problem with casting this Vexing Bauble is if they have another Aatroxa. I did see another Aatroxa when they play the Aatroxa. I forgot if they put it into their hand. That's the issue here. I think I'm going to play the Sorin just to gain life. Because I want to draw with the One Ring here. We're just basically looking for Sheldred at this point. Because if I run out the Vexing Bubble, they can show and tell into an Aatroxa. But I feel like if my opponent, right, plays show and tell and they don't see a Vexing Bubble, they might go for Omniscience, which is huge, right? That could win us the game. They're going for Mastermind's Acquisition? That's strange. So there's a show and tell. I'm gonna drop a Vexing Bubble. So they can't play cards because of a Vexing Bubble, unless they can somehow get rid of it. We're gonna start drawing. Oh my god. Help. I need help. What are these cards? What are these cards? This is actually awful. I have only dead cards in my hand. What? Are you kidding me? This is insane. I'm kind of upset by this. Opponent. Oh. Like, they actually threw, right? I think this was a mistake. They had a clear win here. If they Mastermind's Acquisition for a way to destroy the Vexing Bubble here, they could have played their hand. But I think they, like, mistakenly, like, accidentally played the Mastermind's Acquisition for a 0 mana cost. But honestly, like, I also got pretty unlucky. Alrighty. So if you count the losses where I was playing a different version of this deck, then we have gone exactly 6-3. But just this version in particular, we did go 4-0, which is excellent. And the only loss that I had was against two Grixis control decks. One was a Grixis Shadow deck, and the other was a Grixis control, like a pure Grixis control with a bunch of mana drains. It seems like if you can get the grief off on turn 1 into like bunch of Thoughtseizes, you do kind of just naturally win in that matchup. But if you don't have this, it's a bit rough because we have a bunch of 4 mana cards they can mana drain. And sometimes, like, even if you grief and Thoughtseize early, like if you just draw a bunch of lands, it might not work out as well. But one thing I do like, actually there's actually one change that I want to make as well. I want to go down on a swamp and I want to play this card, Bogart Trawler. So something that I realized after playing this deck is you want a lot of lands that are MDFCs. So Grief can take advantage of it. So you have Fel the Profane, and even like a Troll, right? Troll is, you know, quote unquote considered a land as well. So Grief is going to get a lot of value because of these cards, which is nice. And the reanimating, the Grief, is just an insane tempo as well. So you might be asking why I'm not playing Necropons or Necrodominance. Is because we are playing Sorin. Sorin wants you to gain life before post-combat, and we naturally gain a lot of life through Sheoldred. So Sheoldred plus an Extort will flip the Sorin. But let's say we play Necrodominance. The drawing happens after you end the turn. So Sorin will never flip, and if you play Necropons, Necropons will never draw you card with Sheoldred. So it has a big reliance on March and Consuming Corruption. But if you play a lot of Consuming Corruption, you can't play like non-swamps in the deck. And you also have to rely so much on March. So that's kind of the reason why I'm playing a Sheoldred package with the One Ring instead of something like Necropons or Necrodominance. And there's another reason why I'm not playing Necropotence or Necrodominance is because a lot of decks right now have like 3 copies of Disruptor Flute in the sideboard. So if you play Necropotence or Necrodominance, they can, in response, play a Disruptor Flute, and you can't draw any cards for the rest of the game. So those are kind of the reasons why I'm not playing the Necropotence in the deck, even though they are really good, because I'm trying to play with Sorin. And if you've seen any of my games, Consuming Corruption doesn't deal that much damage in this deck because we have a lot of non-swamps. Because of the Grief synergy with the Feld of Profane and Bogart Trawler, being an MDFC and a black card as well. When you start slotting in these like Castle Lockwane, Phyrexian Tower, Spymaster's Vault, Takenuma, without the Urborg, the Consuming Corruption just doesn't do that much. So although I think this card is really cool because it has a very big synergy with the Sorin as well. So that's why we only see 1 copy here. And again, we only played 2 copies of March because we're already losing a lot of card advantage with Grief. That's why I didn't want to play like too many March. Like I would only play 4 cups of March if I'm playing something like Necropotence. Other than that, we didn't actually get to play with Mihawk Massacre too much today because I kind of fully expected to play against a lot of Boros energy where this card is going to shine. Just because like Sorin has 4 toughness, Mihawk Massacre for -3 or -2 should get rid of all the cards on the battlefield from the opposing side, right? So it has like a synergy with the Sorin, gaining you life when you get rid of a creature from opponent's side. But it's just really good card versus Boros energy. So I kind of fully expected to play against a lot of Boros energy. That's why we have a copy of Mihawk Massacre that you could also like Demonic Tutor for. And you also have a sideboard Mihawk Massacre as well, like 2 copies of it. So that's kind of the reason why we have a Mihawk Massacre, because it has a synergy with the Sorin, plus it's pretty good against the current meta at the moment. Also, as you've seen, like Feed the Swarm versus Show and Tell, this is to get rid of Leyline Binding. So this is a really good card for that. And you saw it in that one game, we had a Feed the Swarm, but unfortunately my opponent was also killing me in the air with the Aatroxa. So yeah, the sideboard is actually very simple. Bring Leyline versus decks that have a lot of graveyard. It's actually pretty good against a control deck as well because of Mystic Sanctuary, plus like they play a lot of Dig for Time. So definitely Leyline of the Void, not a bad card. I kind of want to actually go down on Leyline and instead play a copy of an Unlicensed Hearse. So that way, like if you're playing against a deck that's not too graveyard heavy, so you don't want to bring this card, but you want some graveyard hate, so you could maybe play like a copy of an Unlicensed Hearse. Actually, maybe instead of an Unlicensed Hearse, it actually might be better play Ashiok instead, because Ashiok has a very good synergy with the Dark Ritual. So maybe like an Ashiok when you don't want to bring Leyline of the Void, right? So yeah, I think the deck was great. But if you're thinking about putting like more discard spells in the sideboard, I actually don't recommend it, because the only deck you probably want to bring discard spells is probably versus a combo deck. But like against like a Charbelcher or Show and Tell, they're gonna be ready, right? They're gonna mulligan into Leyline Sanctity. So I don't recommend you bringing more than necessary. Like I think Grief plus Thoughtseize is good amount. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.